Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Krishna Krishna Prabhupada Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Amagyana Tirandasya Gyanangana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Asmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shiguro Sijuta Parakamalam Sigurum Vaishnavamscha Sirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaisnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Binda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, What Prahlad Learned in the Womb. Text 30 and 31. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Guru Susrasaya Bhaktya. Guru Susrasaya Bhaktya. Sarva Labdhar Panena Cha. Sarva Labdhar Panena Cha. Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam. Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam. Ispararadanena Cha. Ispararadanena Cha. Shraddhaya Tatkatayam Cha. Shraddhaya Tatkatayam Cha. Kirtanair Guna Karmanam. Kirtanai Guna Karmanam. Tatpadam Buruha Dhyana. Tatpadam Buruha Dhyana. sarhanadibhi. Kalingek sarhanadibhi. Somebody else, one more time from our God brother and one from the God sister.
Guru Susrusaya Bhaktya
Guru Susrasaya Bhaktya
Sarvalabdharpanena cha
Sarvalabharpanena cha
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Iswararadhanena cha
Isvaradhananena cha
Sadhaya Tat Bhaktayam cha
Sadhaya Tat Katayam cha
Sadhaya Tat Kathayam cha
Sadhaya Tat Katayam cha
Kirtanair Gunakarmanam
Kirtanay Gunakarmanam
Tatpadam Guruha Dhyanat
Tatpanam Gurudhyanat
Tatlingekha Arhanadivihi
Tatlingek Sarhanadibhi. Gita Mataji. Guru Susrusaya Bhaktya Sarvalabhapanena cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam Isvaranena cha full meaning. Guru Susrusaya. By rendering service to the bona fide spiritual master. Bhaktya, with faith and devotion. Sarva, all. Labdha, of material gains. Arpanena, by offering to the Guru or to Krishna through the spiritual master. Cha and Sangena, by the association. Sadhu Bhaktanam, of devotees and saintly persons. Ishvara, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Aradhanena, by the worship. Cha and Shraddhaya, with great faith. Tat Katayam, in discourses about the Lord. Cha and Kirtanai, by glorifications. Guna Karmanam, of the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord. That is Pada Anguruha, and the lotus feet. Dhyana, by meditation. That is Linga, forms, deities. Iksha, observate. Arhana Adibhi, and by worshipping. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master. And in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord. Hear the glories of the Lord with faith. Glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord. Always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Sastra and Guru. Everybody, please repeat. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master. And in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord. Hear the glories of the Lord with faith. Glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord. Always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Sastra and Guru. Purport. In the previous verse, it has been said that the process which immediately increases one's love and affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best of the many thousands of ways to become free from the entanglement of material existence. It is also said, Dharmasya tatbang nihitang guhayam. Actually, the truth of religious principles is extremely confidential. Nonetheless, it can be understood very easily if one actually adopts the principles of religion. As it is said, Dharmat tu saksat bhagavat pranitam. The process of religion is enunciated by the Supreme Lord because He is the supreme authority. This is also indicated in the previous verse by the word Bhagavatam. The injunctions or directions of the Lord are infallible, and their benefits are fully assured. According to His directions, which are explained in this verse, the perfect form of religion is Bhakti Yoga. To practice Bhakti Yoga, one must first accept a bona fide spiritual master. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Canto 1, Chapter 2, texts 74 and 75, advises Guru Padasrayas Tasmat Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam Vishrambena Guru Sheva Sadhu Bhatmana Vartanam Saddharma Pricha Bhagavadhi Chagha Krishnasya Hetavi. One's first duty is to accept a bona fide spiritual master. The student or disciple should be very inquisitive. He should be eager to know the complete faith about eternal religion, Sanatan Dharma. The words Guru Susrusaya mean that one should personally serve the spiritual master by giving him bodily comforts, helping him in bathing, dressing, sleeping, eating, and so on. This is called Guru Susrusaya. Sanam. Guru Susrusanam. A disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant, and whatever he has in his possession should be dedicated to the spiritual master. Pranayar Atayar Diya Vacha. Everyone has his life, his wealth, his intelligence, and his words, and all of them should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the via medium of the spiritual master. Everything should be offered to the spiritual master as a matter of duty, but the offering should be made to the spiritual master with heart and soul, not artificially to gain material prestige. This offering is called arpana. Moreover, one should live among devotees, saintly persons, to live to learn the etiquette and proper behavior of devotional service. Srila Biswanath Chakrabarti Thakur remarks in this connection that whatever is offered to the spiritual master should be offered with love and affection, not for material adoration. Similarly, it is recommended that one associate with devotees, but there must be some discrimination. Actually, a sadhu, a saintly person, must be saintly in his behavior. Shadabha shadachara. Unless one adheres to the standard behavior, one's position as a sadhu, a saintly person, is not complete. Therefore, a Vaisnava, a sadhu, must completely adhere to the standard of behavior. Srila Biswanath Chakrabarti Thakur says that a Vaisnava, a person initiated into the Vaisnava cult, should be offered the respect befitting a Vaisnava, which means that he should be offered service and prayers. However, one should not associate with him if he is not fit person with whom to associate. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Susrushaya Bhaktya Sarva Labdharpanena Cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam Isbarara Danena Cha Sadaya Tat Katayam Cha Kirtanai Guna Karmanam Tat Padam Buruha Jnanat Tat Lingek Sarha Na Dibhi. This instruction from Prahlad Maharaj, he learned from his spiritual master, Narad Muni, while being inside the womb of his mother, Kayadu. That means that the spiritual instructions is so transcendental that even a child within the womb can learn. And here, Prahlad Maharaj, because he's one of the Mahajans, he remembered the instructions. That's why our Guru Maharaj also, he would give an instruction if there is one of his disciples who is pregnant, to read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the third canto, whereby the description of the living entity within the womb of his mother. I remember this many, many times. He will always give this instruction. Very instructive. Yes, after reading that, I'm sure that the child within the womb will also hear and remember. It is described there that the child was praying to, please let me out of the womb of my mother, and I promise you I'll become your devotee. But then after some time, the child will say, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out because everything outside will not make me remember you. Another example, like Sukadev Goswami. He was within the womb of his mother for how many years? 16 years. Lord Krishna has to come and beg, please, you have to come out. But because of the air force within the womb of the mother, the child is helpless. He cannot stop from not going out of the womb of his mother. And then when the child comes out of the womb of the mother, the child will think that I am the center of the universe. And then only after some time, if the child becomes grown up and fortunate enough to meet a devotee of the Lord, then his life will change for good. His life will become auspicious. I was talking the other day in Atlanta about initiation because this is inconceivable. No one can understand, and no one knows what the initiation means in spiritual life. We don't have a clue what it is. It's like we had this meeting in Siddhamayapur. I think it was a year ago or two, maybe it was 2 years ago. Meetings of the GBCs, sannyasis, and gurus. ISSG, spiritual master, yes, guru, and the GBCs, and sannyasis. Don't forget sannyasis. Because naturally, the sannyasis, they are the spiritual master of all the varnas and ashram. So, Bhanuswami, His Holiness Bhanuswami, was giving a discourse. It's about 2 hours about Guru Tattva. And one of the questions was asked, Maharaj, you've been qualified to accept disciples for so many years now. How is it that you are not giving initiation? And you remember that, Maharaj? Were you there? No? Yeah, maybe. So his reply is, well, first of all, the disciples, they don't know who is Guru. They want to get initiated, yes. And then, secondly, myself, I don't even know also what is Guru. Even though he's so well versed. If there's anyone in our movement who knows about the philosophy, about Siddhanta, about Tattva, I would say he's one of them. Am I correct, Gopal Prabhu? He's one of our scholars also. There is Balimardan Prabhu. Yes, they're part of the education system. Yeah? Because there are 4 tattvas that are very difficult to understand and it's inconceivable. You not be able to fully understand them. Krishna, Radharani, Lord Shiva, and the spiritual master. How we can understand Krishna? Krishna is unlimited. Every moment he is expanding. How about Srimati Radharani, she's the only one who can control Lord Krishna. Krishna controls everyone. He's a supreme controller. But Radharani, she is the greatest devotee of the Supreme Lord. She is the only one who can actually control Lord Krishna. By her love. Devotees also control Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna seems to become subjugated because of the love of his devotee. How about Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva also, we cannot fully understand. He's not Jiva Tattva, he has his own Tattva, Shiva Tattva, and he's not Vishnu Tattva also. But at the same time, it says that he is like the milk transformed into yogurt. In the spiritual world, there is Shada Shiva. Or in Navadvip, there is what we call Harihar Kshetra. You have been to Harihar? Maharaj always give tours in Navadvip. This Harihar, what? Half Lord Shiva, half Lord Vishnu. How is that? We're not half Vishnu or half Jiva. No, we cannot be like that. We're separated. So, Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai, Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai, Guru Parampara Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, how about the spiritual master? The spiritual master is the via media. This is what the Shastra says. It's like the bridge to cross from the material world to go to the spiritual world. We need to have a personality who will be able to give us the direction, who will give us a description, who will be able to help us, inspire us, convince us. None other than the spiritual master. Prabhupada says that the spiritual master should be given the same due respect as one gives to Lord Krishna. That's why in the first initiation happened in 22nd Avenue, when one of the aspiring disciples heard that from Prabhupada that the guru should be respected like God. But they cannot understand, of course, what does that mean. So they thought that guru is God. Yeah? So they were all like talking. You've read that in Lilamrita? Param Karuna Babu? You've read that? Yeah? So they were talking. That cannot be. He is God. And later on, actually, there was some conspiracy. Very controversial. That happened in New Vrindavan. Yeah. Some leading sannyasis, they were spreading the rumor. It's not rumor. Well, you may say rumor or gossip because they're talking amongst themselves. They were saying that Prabhupada is God. So Prabhupada heard. And you know what Prabhupada did to those who are spreading that rumor? He sent them, go on preaching. With no help. You figure it out. You figure out how to survive, how to preach. But after some time, Prabhupada has pardoned them. So the spiritual master, it says here, we should render service to the bona fide spiritual master. Guru Shrushaya. Bhaktya, with faith and devotion. It's like a Guru Maharaj says, what is the use of offering flowers and gifts to the Guru? Of course, that is a show of love. It's like when we offer diya to the Lord. What does that mean? We offer ourselves. Yeah? That is the symbolizing of the offer of gilang. Guru Maharaj says, no. Your best offering is to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And the first class devotee, Guru Maharaj gave a class in Brampton. I was thinking to hear that class tomorrow. He was talking about a first class devotee, disciple, specifically. A first class devotee means a first class disciple. So he was talking about the three kinds of disciples. First class disciple should know the mood of the spiritual master. And the first class disciple doesn't have to be told what to do. Even before the spiritual master will instruct or say to the disciple what to do, the disciple will do it ahead of time. And what is the mood of our Guru Maharaj? The mood of our Guru Maharaj is to chant our rounds attentively. Number one. I remember traveling with him for around 27 years or so. Gopal Hari Prabhu also, many times, and here in North America. He will always ask, first question, are you chanting your rounds? How is your chanting? And also, he likes very much if the disciples preach. This is on the same level. To chant and spread the chanting of the holy name. He's so much pleased when we are trying our very best to spread Krishna consciousness according to our means, according to our ability. Not everyone can preach like for hundreds and hundreds of devotees. But even if you have a little bit of what you call bhakti briksha, 3 families, 2 families, 5 families, that will start. That is the beginning. Second class disciple is that when the spiritual master instructs the disciple, then the disciple will immediately do it. Immediately do it. According to the instruction. Not that the disciple will think how to innovate, how to make a little adjustment. I think this is what Guru Maharaj is telling me what to do. Prabhupada gave an example. It's like if the Guru asks for some water and the disciple is a little bit over intelligent, I think I should give him milk. I think I should do this. Is that good? No. If the Guru asks for milk, then you should give milk. Of course, Prabhupada says, if the spiritual master asks the disciple to jump, then the disciple should ask, how high, Guru Maharaj? How high? I will jump, but you please let me know how high. I will do it. Because a genuine leader will tell the subjects to do something, but a genuine leader will also show how to do it. And our Guru Maharaj is like that. Of course, in the beginning, when Srila Prabhupada says, okay, open centers, but they have so much faith in Prabhupada. They don't have any clue how to open a center. They will go to different parts of the world, Germany. The example, though, was nice. I'm just remembering now the 3 couples who went to England. They were trained by Prabhupada how to do it. And specifically, he mentions that he just chant nicely. Chant nicely, and in Montreal, he trained them before going to London. That even they didn't know anybody in London. And then Prabhupada was so proud of them. They did this task, this instruction, because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, he instructed his disciples. He sent a disciple to go to England. This is in Lilamrita, right? My disciples, they did better than any sannyasis, grihastas. So, it is not whether you're brahmachari, grihasta, vanaprastha, or sannyas. It is how we follow the instructions of the spiritual master that we will become successful and he will bestow upon us mercy. They did the impossible, and there is nothing impossible in Krishna consciousness. We think that it's very difficult. Yes, our Guru Maharaj, we have, now I'm just realizing, in our Guru Maharaj's dictionary, there is no rest, and there is also no impossible. No, everything that he touched becomes successful. Is that true, Advaita Acharya Prabhu? It's amazing. He will tell something that we don't have any idea, but if we follow him, it'll become successful. We've heard that in last Tirubhakti Mahotsav, isn't it? They didn't have any clue, the disciples saying, and even it is against their will, because usually Guru Maharaj will test us how far we are obedient. Number one quality of a first-class disciple is humility and obedience. I did some research also because I was asked to give a speech in a university in India about student-teacher relationship. The number one quality of a student is that humility and obedience. Of course, one cannot be obedient if he's not humble. That's why it says here, specifically in the purport, I think it was mentioned twice, if you can remember. We should follow the instructions of the spiritual master, not for our personal gain. Not that we will become thinking that, I want to be great. You remember that purport? In the purport? Huh? Prabhupada says that specifically. So we follow the instructions coming from the spiritual master in such a way that we do it with love and devotion. It should not be mechanical. It mentions again. In the beginning, it may be mechanical, yes. But as we grow, and I remember Guru Maharaj says, don't remain like a child. You have to grow up. You have to grow up. And especially now, our Guru Maharaj is not with us physically. Whom are we going to ask for help? It's mentioned again in the purport. Maybe not, but I just read that it says that when the spiritual master has departed, the disciple whom he would like to make advancement, he needs help. He should ask from help. From whom? From those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness. We have to have that ability to search. This is part of growing up. Now, one cannot say, well, Guru Maharaj is not here anymore, therefore, I can do it by myself. I don't need help. Yes, I know everything now. I can do it. No. This is part of growing up. We have to come to some maturity one day, and hopefully in the near future, as soon as possible. Because this is what Guru Maharaj would like to see. I asked him, how is it that we're traveling day after day or year after year, coming to America, different parts of the world? He says, my purpose is to see my disciples, how are they faring, how they are doing. Because this is the duty of the spiritual master, to see how the disciples are making progress in Krishna consciousness. Not just to collect so many thousands and thousands of disciples and not be able to take care of them. Just for fame, name and fame. Our Guru Maharaj is so unique. I mean, how he has a unique relationship with each and everyone. I know some spiritual masters, they're not able to talk, or the disciples are yearning. I will use the word yearning. That's higher than desire. They knew already that they're not be able to talk to their spiritual master, even for a minute or two. But still, because initiation means a connection also. This is as far as I can understand. Initiation means starting from whom the first person whom you met in Krishna consciousness. It's like receiving a book or giving you some prasadam. That is the start of initiation, initial, beginning. Now it's solidified, especially when we take shelter and take guidance, getting this Nam Diksha and Mantra Diksha. That is the solidification of our connection with Krishna. So now, our Guru Maharaj is so unique. Everyone who wants to see him, yes. Huh? One time I was in Vrindavan, I was serving Guru Maharaj. So he was so busy the whole day that he did not have time to eat his lunch, and it's 6 o'clock in the evening now. So sometimes Guru Maharaj is so busy. Yes, Parang Karuna Prabhu, he doesn't have time for himself. He will give. You had that experience with Guru Maharaj? Yeah, Gopal Prabhu? No time. He will sacrifice everything for Krishna. And so there are like one family outside of his room in Vrindavan. And so I've heard from Das Avatar Prabhu or some of his servants that Guru Maharaj haven't eaten yet. So I think he should eat now. It's okay. So I went outside and I told them, can you please come later on? Can you please come later on, because Guru Maharaj has to eat. He hasn't eaten his lunch and it's already 6 o'clock. And Guru Maharaj heard. He has a very sensitive, very powerful senses. I thought I was speaking so soft. I said, can you just, but he heard me. And he asked me actually to check what I said to them. Even though he knew, he heard. So I told him to come back. So no, that is not my style. Call them back. They're about to leave I just call them back. Then, yes, they returned. So Guru Maharaj, he traveled all over the world tirelessly, sacrificing everything, just like following in the footsteps of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. He came alone to America, sacrificing the comforts of Vrindavan. He's already at that age. And he also told me that he travels to meet new people. Yes, meet new people. Actually, he corrected me during one of the Vyasa Puja programs in Delhi. No. Also to meet new people. He corrected me. So the spiritual master is very special, especially our Guru Maharaj. When he gives instruction, we should follow. And Guru Maharaj, specifically, he's very, very concerned about how we chant our japa. Srila Prabhupada mentions the same thing. Of all the instructions coming from the spiritual master, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the utmost. What do you mean by utmost? Utmost means most important. Most important. Let me just read some quotes from Guru Maharaj, some of his instructions, which are like outstanding. See if I can get them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yes. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We should have unwavering loyalty to Guru and the GBC. This is one of the instructions in the last will, right? The 10 instructions. In my travels to different parts of the world, especially, I was kind of like thinking that it's like I was given this privilege, an opportunity to visit our God brothers all over the world. Somehow, kind of like thinking that it is one of my services. Not many of our God brothers, senior God brothers, we're very fortunate to have His Holiness Bhakti Asrai Vaishnav Swami to visit us. And I pray that he may be able to continuously come to North America. To keep reminding us our duties. Because who else are we be able to ask some guidance, some inspiration? The primary duty, according to our Guru Maharaj, is to chant, read, and serve. Always maintain 16 rounds daily. Regularly study the scriptures and actively engage in devotional service. Especially also, like yesterday, we were visiting one of our God brothers in Atlanta, who's not able to move around because his wife is like not so well. And he said his wife had a dream, Mataji, Prema Madhurya Mataji. I will say the name. And she had a dream that Guru Maharaj came to visit them. And that dream actually came true. Oh, how did that happen? Guru Maharaj is long is 1 year. He left us physically. And then Ajita Prabhu, he says, well, I'm gonna show you how Guru Maharaj came. So how is that? So he went out of the room and he brought the calendar of the OVP, which is dedicated for our Guru Maharaj this year. How many of you have that calendar? And you know what is surprising about this? He says that I didn't even give yet a donation. Usually you will get this calendar from the TOVP office if you give a donation. So how did you get this? Well, actually, it is because of my daughter. She has a friend. So somehow or other it was connected. So what I'm trying to get across here is like Guru Maharaj's legacy will go on for many, many thousands of years as well. He'll be remembered. And he has this project also in Kurukshetra for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. I call him his project because Prabhupada deputed Ambarish Prabhu and our Guru Maharaj to build the temple there. So we should be engaged in the projects that Guru Maharaj he started and almost finished. He knew that this is in our hands now. Yeah? It is not an international project, by the way. So some of you who are listening internationally, you can also give if you like. No, he doesn't want to show to the world that, hey, we're building their big temple. He doesn't want to compete with the TOVP. But at the same time, he's so much dedicated also to help the OVP, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, to be completed as soon as possible. So he gave the task to whom? To complete Kurukshetra Dham, the temple, to the disciples. So ultimately, to give credit to the disciples to complete it. And whatever the disciples' greatness will be for completing that, it goes back again to Guru Maharaj. And then it goes back again to Srila Prabhupada. And this is how the Guru Parampara goes. And then it goes back again to Arjuna and Krishna. That their Bhagavad Gita will be known. See, this is how it goes, the Parampara. Okay, I'm gonna say a few more words. Yes, he says, preach by example. The disciples should embrace purity, and we should lead by our example when distributing books or prasadam or any types of service being rendered. In my travels, most of the disciples of our Guru Maharaj, they're like the number one doing the service. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to flatter you all. But that is the fact. Confirm. Even though it's a different message, somebody's birthday today. Yeah, usually the message will, isn't it? That's the truth. There's so many disciples of different gurus in ISKCON who are engaged in serving many, many temples all over the world. Wherever the disciples of Guru Maharaj is there, they're the number one. They're the number one who's doing service. Balimardhan Prabhu, is that correct? 101%. Yes. So, again, the credits will go to our Guru Maharaj to help Prabhupada. The Prabhupada's prediction that the movement will go on for the next 10,000 years. So now we have to make a lot of devotees so that the disciplic succession will go on. And I was thinking that not only sannyasis should be in the role of spiritual master, should be also grihastas. And I'm not going to mention many names, but I'm just meditating. Some of our God brothers, or sorry, also God sisters, are in that category. We just have to, as Guru Maharaj says, when one becomes mature, then he can take the role. One can take up the role of being a guru and a sannyasi. So let us meditate on that, all of us, that someday we will be able to play. I would say the word play, that role. Because it's a service. It's a service. Being a spiritual master is a service for Krishna. They always, like Prabhupada would say, oh, I have not done anything. I have not done. This is like some of the last words of Guru Maharaj also. I have not done enough for Srila Prabhupada. So we should be also that meditation. I have not done enough for Guru Maharaj. And if we have done something, we should not thinking that this is because of me. No, this is because of Guru Maharaj. Like every time Srila Prabhupada is being credited or being glorified, he will always say what? It is only due to my Guru Maharaj's mercy. Who are we? We are just instruments. We are not the main, what do you call, leading role here. Again, I use the word role. Role. No, we're like, what do you call, supporting actors. Yes? And if you do that, then Lord Krishna will shower more and more blessings and mercy that will come through our spiritual master. Okay, let me conclude now. There's so many more things to say, and later on also you'll be given an opportunity how we can glorify our spiritual master. I thought that this is very appropriate, the subject matter. Actually, we should be glorifying Guru Maharaj every day. So we should, yes, obey unconditionally from within, engage, as says in the purport, in bhakti with love and devotion. Oh, this is number one. Okay, I'm going to end it up this one. Work together. Work together. Prabhupada gave an example that was like a father who was feeling unwell. So one of the ways how the father can become strong again is that the children can massage the father. So now, while massaging, they were fighting with each other. They start talking, and then instead of being concentrated how to help the father become well, they become absorbed in fighting with each other. So what happened is that instead of relieving the pain of the Father, he become more in pain. No, we should not be like that. Of course, in Krishna consciousness, they may have some difference of opinion, but it should not be the cause of thinking that it becomes personal. We should value everyone's suggestions or contributions. We can agree to disagree, but not in the sense that we will fight. Prabhupada gave an example also that unity in Krishna consciousness. Was that? United we stand, divided we fall. And it's easy to break one stick, but if you have a bundle of sticks, very difficult. Yeah? So please, this is my humble request to our dear God brothers and God sisters to work together. Have the instructions of our Guru Maharaj becomes fulfilled, especially some of these projects that, for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, he wanted that our Guru Maharaj to do. So charity also starts at home first. Charity starts at home. So we have to be strong spiritually. Have a good sadhana. It cannot be overemphasized. Practically, wherever we go, we always try to make it as a point. Strong sadhana, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra purely, no offenses, following the four regulative principles, strictly associate with the devotees, read the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, do some practical seva. So in this way, we'll go back home, back to Godhead, hopefully in this lifetime. We were in Atlanta and we did some programs, and there are many newcomers, and they were joining us practically every day. The Mangal Arctic in Atlanta, some of our God siblings is also 4:30 in the morning. Paka, on the dot, like Swiss time. On the dot, 4:30. I'm so amazed. And hopefully you're also doing it. It may not be that time, at least 5 a.m. I've heard one devotee, he only gets up half an hour before going to work. Oh. Then how are you gonna make your progress? How? Prabhupada says, no morning program, no spiritual life. That's it. That's it. I know one devotee, he told me also, Maharaj, first time I came to America, looking for a job, but then eventually I got a job. He was initiated even before coming here. And I cannot chant my rounds. I have to give up my chanting to do my work. There is this one devotee in New Jersey. He says, first time I came also, I was doing 16 hours job in front of the computer, and my wife was feeding me while on the job. So how can you chant your rounds? So I asked him, so what happened? Well, after some time, I thought I have to chant. So I started with 2 rounds. Then after some time, 4 rounds. Then after some time, 8 rounds. And now I'm chanting 16 rounds. That is the fact. So don't don't neglect the instructions coming from Guru Maharaj. And I'm sure wherever he may be physically, he's always with us. This very moment. It's like Prabhupada says, I never felt any separation from my Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj says that also. So that should be our meditation. Huh? Nila Madhav is looking at his watch now. I know what's not me. You don't know what the time is? That's why you're looking. Huh?
I was giving signals.
No, there's no time in the spiritual world. Unless you're very hungry, the prasadam is there right now. You can go. I would like to end up here. If there is any question or comment, any reflection, Bali Mardan Prabhu, is there any microphone here? You have a good sound system, by the way. No, now it's not working. Turn it on first. Huh? Sham,
Press the button, press the button.
press the button, press the button.
Not working?
Maybe you can give your mic.
Okay, I will give this to Maharaj.
There you go. He sees everything that's going on here. Okay, don't throw it. Way up. You might hit Gopal's. You can throw it out.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Now, is it on or you have to turn? Okay, good.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
for giving such a wonderful class. Hare Krishna Vaishna Maharaj for really coming and giving your blessings. So, as you are mentioning about the Guru's how to service is important and the initiation part, I was just thinking a conversation of Prabhupada one time he was doing a walk, morning walk, and he was saying, Tat Vijnanatham Sadguru Eva Vigacche. And he was talking and mentioning that one is to learn through the science. And one guru one time asked his disciples that how God will be pleased. And he was saying that you offer the pure things to God, then he will be pleased. And then the disciples are discussing what is the pure thing. And they are finding out flowers, then they say, no, flowers, there's some insect. Then something they say, oh, rice may be the pure one. Then say somebody said, no, ghee is the pure one. Then another guy said, no, it's a cow is the pure one. That should be offered to God. So they are going to make ghee. Then one the disciple objected, no, the Guru is the actually pure one. Let's offer. So similarly, they are trying to do, so it means there is no Vijnan is there. So one is to do it, just take out, as you mentioned, the Guru Maharaj statement, chant and read. So reading Srila Prabhupada books is very important to know the mood and know the signs so that we don't disrupt and feel the principle. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to add one more to that statement. Chant and read and apply it. We were talking about in Atlanta, reading and application are both important, but then the application is more important. Hearing and the application, both are important. The initial state is hearing, but then if you don't do anything about what you've heard, that is not complete. You have to apply it, and then the application of what we've heard is most important. Thank you, Bhagavatam Prabhu, for reminding us this. Go ahead.
Thank you for a very wonderful class. Maharaj, let's say
if we're doing our devotion service, but our attraction goes more to our Guru.
What is
Our
that?
attraction
Our attraction?
goes more to our Guru rather than Krishna. Is that the correct path?
No, whatever you're doing for Guru should make you attached to Krishna. If your attachment to Krishna is not going to develop, then Guru will not like that. We're not here, we're not a Guru conscious here. We are Krishna conscious, Krishna consciousness. So at the same time, we serve the spiritual master to please Krishna because we cannot go directly to Krishna. The Guru accepts our service on behalf of Lord Krishna. It's like our spiritual master, Guru Maharaj. If you offer him something to eat, what will he ask first? Is this offered? Right, Gopal? How many times you've heard of this? Huh? So many times. Is this offered to Krishna? No, Guru Maharaj. Okay, offer first. If you don't, then this is boga. This is boga. Of course, in Vyasa Puja, what happens then? Oh, that's a good question, isn't it? The spiritual master offers it to Krishna. The spiritual master offers it to Krishna. He himself, whatever you're offering to him, he's not accepting yet. This meditation is, Krishna, please accept this offering. That makes sense, Maharaj? So who is more important? Both are important, of course. But then we cannot serve the spiritual master not understanding that he is a bona fide representative of the Supreme Lord. Now, one may say, my spiritual master is so powerful. I don't have to follow his instructions. He'll bring me also back home, back to Godhead. Is that going to happen? No. We have to do our part. I will just sit down here and Guru Maharaj, you are the most powerful. You are the greatest. I don't have to follow your instructions. I'm sure I'll go back home, back to God also. Is that going to happen? No. Prabhupada gave an example. Both the husband and wife should be fertile. Then there'll be a child. If the husband is the only one who's fertile, and the woman, the wife, is not so, is impotent, right? Then there is no child. So both the disciple and the guru should perform their role, their duties. Yeah? What happened here?
Last thing, please don't mind Maharaj.
Sham, is too loud. You can hear everything, I know. Yes, good.
Please don't mind. During my travels, I see a very special relationship between Parapuja, Bhaktivinoda Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj.
No, okay.
Please
Don't
don't
have to.
share.
No.
You never shared this at any time. A very special relation which you cannot even comprehend. It's like a relationship of a small baby and father. And Guru Maharaj is such in a very, very different way, which I never seen
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Okay, that's enough. It's better you say it if I'm not here. It may make me so proud. No, I don't want to do that. No, it's okay.
I see one time Maharaj chastising one devotee, Jnana Maharaj. Guru Maharaj was not, he was like so lovingly, he was not, I can't even comprehend how it's possible. Guru Maharaj is not speaking a single word, so he can trespass all his limits.
He chastised me so much also. So much. The chastisement of the spiritual master is a show of love and concern to the disciple. In the material world, they will just flatter you. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says like that. One who flatters you is your enemy. One who chastises you, one who corrects you is your friend. Yeah. And again, humility means, I explained this already before. Humility means coming forward and telling what is beneficial for everyone. So, if you know something which is beneficial, then it is like that. That is humility. Well, you are seeing something that I'm not seeing. What is it? Oh, you're seeing yourselves. Just like Bhishma Dev, he can see Krishna as Parthasarthi, but Arjuna cannot see Krishna because Krishna is in the front. He cannot see Krishna's face. Bhishma can see. So Bhishma Dev is more fortunate in that way. So thank you very much. We can go on and on and on, but I think Nilamada Prabhu gave up on me now, so he left. Srila Prabhupada K. Guru Maharaj K. Hidaya Goy Sitana Pramanande. Hare Krishna. Hare Om Tat Sat.